I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave arguably the best ever speech of all time.
I have a dream that one day.
I have a dream that one day. That is the speech that everybody, when they hear it, it resonates with them. It's as if they were there amongst the crowd, enjoying, listening, being empowered, and wanting to be a part of the mission, bringing down the colonizers and having a unity, a collaboration amongst all races to achieve this dream. Then recently, someone in my WhatsApp sent me another video of his where he gives 3 fundamental principles. Those fundamental principles speak to your life's blueprint. He starts by asking, what is in your life's blueprint?
I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint?
A very fascinating and interesting topic, right? Then he goes on to give 3 key principles about his advice as to what should be in your life's blueprint. Let's listen, and then I'll jump in here and there, breaking his speech up here and there and giving my perspective so that we garner some lessons that are relevant to this generation, this time, and the legacies that we are building right now.
Number 1 in your life's blueprint should be, don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Always feel that you count. Always feel that you have worth. And always feel that your life has ultimate significance.
The truth of the matter is this, and it remains. You should allow nobody to feel superior than you. You should feel inferior to nobody. No one is your equal. That's what you should believe. In whatever area, in whatever realm, in whatever you are chasing, in whatever you're fighting for, no one should feel as if they are above you, because you are your own champ. You have your own destiny, and nobody must think that you are beneath them. Walk tall with the crown of a king, with the crown of a queen, a princess if you are a young one watching this, and know that your life's mission is to fulfill your destiny. You alone can walk the path that you are meant to walk, and no one else will be able to walk it but you.
Don't be ashamed of your color. Don't be ashamed of your biological features. Somehow you must be able to say in your own lives and really believe it, I am black but beautiful, and believe it in your heart. Secondly, in your life's blueprint, you must have the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor.
Live a life of excellence. Now, this is an easy one. I don't need to break it down any further. You have to go along your path, trotting each step at a time, making sure that you live a life of excellence in every arena and spectrum of your life. The decision is yours to take and nobody else, guys. The purpose for you to fulfill it. You will need to determine, how do you become the best version of yourself? How do you learn more? How do you become more? How do you give more? How are you more responsible for more in this world? How do we prolong the sustainability of the world that we live in so that generations to come may achieve and live and thrive according to the gifts that we have been offered, and we can then offer and pay forward to the next world? Be the best version of yourselves, right?
When you discover what you're going to be in life, set out to do it as if God Almighty called you at this particular moment in history to do it. It falls your lot to be a street sweeper. Sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Leontine Price sings before the Metropolitan Opera. sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry.
The next lesson that he gives is that we must acknowledge the greats that are among us.
And so from an old slave cabin of Virginia's hills, Booker T. Washington rose up to be one of America's great leaders. He lit a torch in Alabama, and darkness fled in that setting from a poverty-stricken area of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Marion Anderson rose up to be the world's greatest contralto, so that a Toscanini could say that a voice like this comes only once in a century. And Sibelius of Finland could say, my roof is too low for such a voice from crippling circumstances. There came a George Washington Carver to carve for himself an imperishable niche in the annals of science. Then came Joe Louis and Muhammad Ali with their educated fists. All of them came to tell us that we can be somebody. Skin may differ, but affection dwells in black and white the same. And if I were so tall as to reach the pole, or to grasp the ocean at a span, I must be measured by my soul. The mind is the standard of the man. Finally,
I know that I said you have no equal. Of course not. You are great in your own perspective, in your own realm, and in your own journey. But there are greats that are recognized the worldwide. There are greats that are recognized worldwide. And we need to accept their role in society. When you want to play soccer, you either want to be Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. When you want to play tennis, you either want to be Rafael Nadal or Djokovic or Federer. Those that have already walked the path before us, the greats, ours is to recognize and acknowledge them. Some of them live amongst us right now in our own countries. In South Africa, it's buzzing and trending now. Zola 7, one of our legends, one of our greats, is struggling. And it's buzzing. He needs our help. He needs our assistance. So we need to acknowledge that greatness because of all the help that he has given to those that have come before him. Then there are many other greats. There are fallen greats in acting, in the arts, in music, in philanthropy, in particular service sectors, your doctors, nurses, environmental health practitioners. There are those that are walking tall because they've played their part in their lives whilst they were on earth. And there are still those that are around us. Let us acknowledge them, let us grow with them, let us learn from them, and let us pay it forward as best as we can.
Finally, in your life's blueprint must be a commitment to the eternal principles of beauty, love, and justice. Don't allow anybody to pull you so low as to make you hate them.
Never, ever, ever, ever give anyone control over your mind. Never, ever let anyone influence how you think to the point that you are not yourself and you can't think independently of that source. Never, ever let anyone get you to a point where they allow you to hate them or they allow you to take the decision to hate them. Let it be that from your bottom of your heart, you are able to take that decision, make that decision, carve out a way for yourself. Let it be known. Let your presence be felt. Let it be known and understood that you are not subpar. You are not average. You are not ordinary. You are great. You are extraordinary. And therefore, no one can have any power over you but yourself. Grow in love. Grow in faith. Grow in honoring others. Grow in sharing and giving and fulfilling your purpose for the benefit of others. That is what's important.
I close by quoting once more the man that the young lady quoted, 𝐌𝐮𝐬𝐜 𝐔𝐬𝐞𝐝. One day he wrote a poem entitled Mother to Son. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stad. It's had tacks in it, boards torn up places, but no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I's been a-climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So, boy, don't you stop now. Don't you sit down on the steps 'cause you find this kind of hard. But I's still going, boy. I's still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
Last but definitely not least, never, ever, ever, ever quit. Never quit. Fight. Fight for what's yours. Believe in yourself. Keep moving. If it means you can't run, then walk. If it means you can't walk, then crawl. He said it best, ladies and gentlemen. And every single lesson, the implementation thereof, doesn't start with anybody else but you. Hashtag, it starts with you. Cheers.